Hey guys, what's up, Sean Wayne? Today, tara, pag-isapan natin ito naging statement ni Bangag Jr. Ni Bongit. Tungkol sa sinasabi niyang design flaw daw ang dahilan kung bakit bumagsak ang parte ng Kabagan Bridge. No? So dito umalma na po yung engineer na naging contractor. So kung babasahin nga po natin itong sinabi rito, ni Bangag Jr., which is basically before natin gawin yan, i-roll muna natin. Okay. So sabi nga rito ni Bongi, it is a design flaw. Mali yung design. Ang history kasi nito, dapat ang funding nito ay supposed to be the project cost. Ang project cost nito was 1.8 billion. So, binawasan to under 1 billion. Yun ang sabi ni Bongit. Binawasan under 1 billion at sinabi rin niyang design flaw. Ngayon, nagsalita na po yung engineer, no? Yung structural engineer firm na naging kakontrata under the Pinoy administration. Basahin po natin yung naging statement, no? Kaya ang tanong natin, another fake news ba ito ni Bongit? Okay? At ang nakakatawa dito, nag-umpisa itong design at construction sa panahon pa ni Pinoy. Pero bakit nakakaladkad ang pangalan ni PRRD? Diba? Ano sabi dito ng headlines? Ayon nga kay Philstar Global. Engineer Defense Design of Collapsed Bridge. Ayon kay John Vic Mateo ng Philippine Star. This was posted about 12 midnight today. Yan. President Bongbong Marcos, Manuel Banawan, inspect the collapsed Kabagan. Now, ang tanong, sabi nga ni rito, nung engineer, Engineer Cañete, dapat ito daw ay paimbestigahan sa engineer forensic investigation. Diba? Manila, Philippines, denying that there was a design flaws as alleged by President Marcos, the engineer who designed the Kabagan Santa Maria Bridge that recently collapsed in Isabela, maintained that the design was compliant with the country's guidelines for constructions of bridges. In an interview with Storycon on One News yesterday, Albert Cañete said that his design firm of the bridge was in line with the specifications set by the DPWH. Okay? So, yun naman pala DPWH bakit si Duterte sinisisi dito? In their department order, they mandated a minimum of load limit of 27 tons for a 10-wheeler truck. He said, referring to the specifications set in the bridge code released in 2015. Sino ang presidente noong 2015? Hindi ba si Pinoy? This load limit for bridges is what we use in the design. Okay? In the case of the Kabagan Santa Maria Bridge, which has 2 lanes, Cañete said that they designed it to accommodate up to 54 tons, equivalent to 2 trucks weighing 27 each tons. The DPWH in Cagayan Valley earlier reported that the trucks weigh in 102 tons caused the portion of the bridge to collapse. So, sino ngayon ang may kasalanan? Yung sumunod sa design specification ng DPWH o yung isang driver na hindi marunong sumunod sa maximum capacity? Okay? Kung siya lang mag-isa dyan, even with the 102 tons, magko-collapse talaga yan kasi ang maximum limit is 54. Diba? Kasi 27 na nga Sabi nga dito ni Cañete declined to comment on Marcos' earlier comment that the collapse was due to a design flaw. But he said that the statement should be based on the result of a forensic engineering investigation. So, nagkaroon ba ng forensic engineering investigation even before nag-comment si Bangag Jr. na ito daw ay isang design flaw at sinisisi sa mga Duterte? Diba? I'm waiting for the investigation. After the investigation, that's the proper time to give a statement. The engineer said he decided to speak up on the matter as his name is already being dragged in the controversy even before the investigation is completed. He also declined to comment on the actual construction of the bridge, including the materials used, saying he is not involved in the construction. Cañete expressed support for amending the country's bridge code, noting that the newer trucks have heavier carrying capacity. I recommend that even when designing a bridge with a lot of trucks passing through, you should use an overload factor because the specified value is only the minimum. Construction of 990-meter bridge Kabagan Santa Maria started in November 2014. So bakit sinisisi ng administrasyon ni Bangag ang mga Duterte knowing that it was in 2014 when the construction decided? Does it even make sense? Where is the logic? Diba? And it was completed last February 1 if it had a total cost of 1.225 billion. Pero kung babalikan natin itong sinabi rito ni Bangag, diba? Ang sabi niya rito, it was under 1 billion para makamura. So, sino sa kanilang nagsasabi ng totoo? Yung engineer na trumabaho kasama dyan sa pagpaplano ng bridge? O itong si Bangag na walang kaalam-alam? Sino paniniwalaan natin? Diba? Kita niyo yung pagkakaiba? Under 1 billion, tapos sinasabi rito, it had a total cost of 1.225 billion. Meanwhile, the Department of DBM plans to impose more stringent measures to release money for infrastructure projects following the collapse of Kabagan Santa Maria Bridge. We will make sure that that moving forward, especially in 2026 and 2027, the DPWH and other infrastructure department will plan well, Budget Secretary Amian Pangandaman told reporters. Wala tayong problema sa pag-release ng budget eh. Ang problema natin, yung paghingi ng mga SOP, di ba? Ng iba't ibang tao, kung hindi man ahensya, politiko. The planning, the crafting of the terms of reference, the design should be more stringent. We will make sure that they provide us detailed engineering design of projects. Even if gawin nila yan, diba? Even if gawin nila yan, do you really think mangyayari, masusunod yung mga design, yung detalye ng design ng project na yan? Kung hindi ninanakawan o pinukupitan yung pondo para sa mga ganyan. Diba? Ang hindi ko maintindihan, itong mga taga-gobyerno, itong taga-palasyo, lahat ng tulay na ginawa sa ilalim ng Duterte admin dapat yung inspection. Anong kinalaman? Yung kapalpakan ng bridge na nag-umpisa sa construction kay Pinoy, na tumuloy-tuloy nga papunta kay Bonge. February 1 lang natapos yan. 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, more than 10 years. 11 years ginawa yung tulay na yan. Bakit hindi nyo ipatawag yung mga dating DPWH secretary mula kay Bangag, pababa dyan kay Pinoy? Buhay pa naman siguro yung mga yan. Mark Villar is a senator right now. I really doubted that Mark Villar will compromise himself, knowing that they've been in the construction industry for a very long time. At wala naman tayo nabalitaan na nasira yung kanilang mga ginawang bahay. Maliban dyan sa mga bridge na mga nagawa under the administration ni PRRD, it was Mark Villar who was handling all the DPWH project. Tingin nyo, hindi aalma si Mark Villar dyan? I really doubt it. Bakit hindi kayo maging accountable dyan? Diba? Ang hilig nyo maghanap ng butas, ang hilig nyo maghanap ng masisisi. Pero ayaw nyo tingnan yung mga ginagawa ninyo. Diba? Sabi dito, Palace exec better check bridge built under the Duterte Island. ba nakakatawa? Bakit hindi natin i-inspect yung pondo na nirelease? Kung talaga nga at total of 1.2 billion. Pero iba yung sinasabi ni Bangag Jr. Under 1 billion lang daw. Kaya dyan sa palasyo, ang hilig yung magsabi ng fake news. Pero yung sinasabi nyo, at yung sinasabi ng mga directly taong involved, magkaiba. Hindi nyo ba matatawag mga sarili yung fake news peddlers kayo? Diba? Dahil magkaiba yung yung sinasabi nyo, at saka yung sinasabi ng engineer. Anong tawag sa inyo kung yung fake news peddler? Nagpapakalat kayo ng maling informasyon. Sino paniniwalaan ng taong bayan? Isang bangag na presidente o isang professional na engineer? Diba? Kaya guys, kung kayo tatanungin ko, sino mas paniniwalaan nyo dyan? Yung statement ng isang inhinyero na nagkaroon ng direct involvement dyan sa project o si bangag na wala nang ginawa kundi magpakalat ng mali-mali informasyon. Sa marami niyang naging statement, if not all. Diba?